Hey, good evening, everybody. We're back again here in the shop. Alrighty, so I got the one before finished up. Several interruptions in the last day or two, but we got this up and going. Got it finished up. We got the Meanwhile power supplies already set inside of it. We got everything tuned. We're gonna show the pass through and then go through all the little steps. The only thing I've got left is a couple of little blocks that I'm going to put in here to just go ahead and unitize these and it's basically just for shipping because I mean these are quite solid as far as that goes. They actually are bolted in, and then I've also used a silicon type glue that I put on the bottom of it to adhere them down, and that's something new that I just started doing. And essentially all that's for is for the shipping portion of it. It's not anything major, but here about 6 or 8 months ago, I actually had a very large power supply that I had shipped off to a customer, and a couple of them had came loose due to the rough handling of the carrier. So since that, I tried to figure out another way if we're going to have some of these people that are going to be rough housing our packages, just another way to go ahead and help make sure that everything arrives nice and safe. So that's what that's all about. But me I'm live on YouTube. All right, so I didn't even see the message here, but let them know. I don't even know when they sent that. Just a minute or two. About an hour ago. So anyhow, all right. Anyhow, so that's kind of where we're at. Let me go ahead and get these marked here real quick, and then we'll get on with some other good stuff. Okay. So, no, it's been a while, guys, as far as doing any videos. I was going to do one yesterday or I was actually building on this yesterday. Again, I had some company that came in, so that kind of slowed things up and changed my overall strategy of what was going to go on this weekend. But anyhow, let's go over here and show you on the analyzer. All right. I'll show you the pass-through on it that we've got going on. So, and I've just got it set for a principal signal of 27.205 as far as on the center, 54 megahertz bandwidth. And let's actually change that span. Let's just do a 10 meg span, which is more than capable of handling the 27 megahertz span. So that's going to be 5 up and 5 down essentially. It just gives you a little bit easier graft as far as to see. So so you're going to see it move up a little bit and down as I actually touch the center there. So we've got that down to 1.05 is where we're at as far as on our frequency span. So pass through, beautiful. All right, so let me go ahead, go here, hit spectrum, and expand, put in 54 megahertz span, because we'll hook this back up here in just a few minutes and turn it on and go through all that good stuff. So we've got this one that's going to be kind of a quick video, but I am going to come back. Hey, good evening, Squirrel. But we are going to come back here in just a few minutes as soon as I finish up with this one, and we're actually going to start in on another amplifier. So, all right. So hook up the radio, input. Back. Okay. I'm going to take the slugs out. I'm going to show you what we've got as far as what we're going to be putting into this, because the PEP is actually going to be a little bit on the low side just because of what we're actually running into it. So, but I think you're going to be pleased as far as with the overall output. Now, bear in mind, this is also, I've also put an attenuator in there in order to go ahead and drop this down just a little bit. Well, hello, Charles. I see you decided to pop in there with us. 3, he might get in there here in just a little bit. I actually just got off the phone with him. But as far as taking on any new work, that won't be until probably February at this point, Squirrel. You know, I've got a lot as far as it's still on my plate for this year. And I've got some stuff that I want to get into as far as at the beginning of, you know, hopefully if everything goes good, I'll be able to get done or get caught up by December, because I've actually got a couple projects I really want to get started in on as far as with some R&D, you know, that I want to be able to offer as well, as far as coming up here very shortly. But you know, I will be taking work again. It's just going to be just a little bit longer. But anyhow, so we've got this off right now. Let's go ahead and show you what we're going to be putting into this. Like I said, I've got a fairly decent little attenuator up here on the variable. We can get the camera here adjusted. Try to get everything in there as best I can for you. All right. So let me grab the microphone. There we go. Well, good evening, Warren, or good morning, depending on what type, where you're at in the world, I guess. You need a Striker 955. Well, ironically enough, I actually had one that did pop up for sale, and it literally sold earlier today. The one that I had posted on the video, the customer changed his mind yet again, so that one actually went up for sale, and I was actually gonna do a video on it and actually have it for sale. And like I said, I had a gentleman come in about 4 o'clock this afternoon, was looking for a radio. So it actually went out the door literally today. So it is going to be a while before I can get something like that in. I might be able to get you one in a little sooner. Yeah, because that one kicked some serious ass, I thought. But you know, it already had all the goodies in it. It had the hi-fi receive, the transmit, you know, the low level out for your microphone. Basically all the goodies in it, the upgraded regulator. But yeah, unfortunately, that one, like I said, the right person walked in just the right moment, so it went bye-bye. I haven't even got with the customer yet in regards to that. But yeah, those are some really nice radios. Um, I've got a couple of Lincoln 2s that I was actually going to hopefully get into the mix and get those set up for resale. And I have, like I said, part of it is with the eyes and stuff. That has really put me behind drastically. So yeah. I mean, I was really proud of that particular radio too, Charles. You know, that was one that would have been one for you to have gotten a hold of too. But anyways, let's get back to what we were doing here. So what I'm going to show you is what we're going to be putting into this. So I've got a 50-watt slug in 1X position in peak, and our 25-watt slug in RMS. So this is what we're actually going to be putting in. I'm going to turn the 5-watt slug around so we can actually see what the dead key is. Right now I'm using the President Walker 2 that we're going to be using for drive. It does produce quite a bit more RMS than what my customer is going to be using, but I wanted to go ahead and give him as much leeway with this as I could. So like I said, we've got the attenuator in there, but I think with him having the variable, it's gonna do everything he wants and still give him probably a little bit extra on top of that. So without any further ado, all right, so we're at roughly about 3/4 of a watt dead key is what we're looking at out of the radio. 50-watt slug in 1X position. This radio does typically about 25 watts PEP. Hello, audio. So right at 25 on the RMS. Hello, audio. About 12 and a half. If I really get into it hard, I can do 15, but 12 and a half is going to be more than sufficient for what we're going to be needing. It actually should be a little bit more than what his radio does, since it's a Cobra 2000. So, all righty. So let's back this up just a little bit. We can hopefully get the analyzer here also into the frame. So let's go ahead and turn this on, since we've already got it preset. Hit run. Turn the amplifier on. Don't have it plugged in. Yep. All right, so there we go. So we got it plugged in. Knob is set fully clockwise. Oops. And let's change out these slugs, like I was going to do and forgot. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and put in 1,000-watt slug in RMS and 1,000-watt slug in PEP, 1X position. So right now we've got it set for a very low dead key, about maybe 20 watts. Hello, audio. Audio. So about 600 on the PEP and right at about 400 on the RMS. We'll go over here. Hello, audio. So about a 1/4 watt reflect on the antenna side, going back to the 5,000-watt bird dummy load on the input, 5-watt slug in reverse. Audio. So it is going up to about 1.5 watts, but if I take the attenuator out, it actually goes down to about 1/4 watt. bring that up to about 100 watt dead key. Hello, audio. Audio. And we've got a nice clean spectrum going across there. Check 1, 2, 1, 2, audio. Turn that down to almost nothing. So I think this is going to allow him, and I'm hoping that the attenuator is not too much. And the reason why I put the attenuator in there is because with approximately 12 watts RMS, we're hitting right at the 400. Without that attenuator in there, I was actually getting about 475 out of the amplifier as a whole. So that's the main reason why I wanted to go ahead and kind of choke it down with this radio so that we stay right in that range that is going to be good for the customer for his. But we've got a nice little yellow LED here. It doesn't show up real well in the overall view. There we go. So very easy on the eyes. Not just because of the fact that I've used yellow or gold for many, many years as far as for my labels. But the yellow is really, really easy on the eyes as far as sitting here in the dark, unlike the blue that just burns a hole through your retinas. So, it's the reason why that's in there like that. But, we've got a beautiful little knob right here. You can go ahead and adjust it up and down to whatever you need. And wow, got a whole bunch of comments going in here. Well, hello, Warren. Let's see here. Yep. Let's see. 955. Double key 2 watts and swing 100. Typically on the 955 at 2 watts, usually they are going to do, as far as on your PEP, they will typically do between about 90 to 95. The 100 mark you can, but right at 100 they start kind of getting dirty, and you're really not going to notice that much of a difference on a 5 watt PEP at that point. So call 3, he's doing radios now. Yeah. Yeah, I seen that video too. I found that a little amusing too, Warren. Oh, thank you, Charles. Yep, blue is definitely hard on the eyes. The two that I like to use the most, one of them being the yellow, just because it's a nice subtle color. The other one too, and I really wish they made more radios that was available in the actual red LEDs. That's one of the things in relationship to, like, for example, the Cobra 2000. Ranger did that with the RCI 2980WX that they had, and that was one of my all-time favorite radios for a very long time, primarily because of the red digital display. It was much easier on the eyes, especially if you do like I do and stay up till all hours of the evening. It's just a whole lot easier on you. So anyways, let's dive into the amplifier just a little bit here real quick. This one's actually going to be kind of unusual just because of the fact that this amplifier, I originally started this one and was thinking that I needed to build this for a sideband application. So this is just under what I call the Evolution series, even though it does have the the yellow board that I usually reserve strictly for the Evolution series. I was already 2/3 of the way into the build, and he just needed this as a Class C. That's all he plans on using it as. So, he's got an upgraded relay. So if he ever decides to, it's not going to be a real big hassle to actually modify this at a later date if he chooses to go and have this biased for sideband at a later date. But so he's got the upgraded upgraded coloring here, the larger relay here as far as for the output, which, like I said, I have really had a lot of great luck out of those. They are in a large number of my amps. Also, if I can grab hold of the right door. I do have its baby brother, as far as from the same company. Again, I've switched over to this company because I have seen so many relay issues over the last 2 years. And that's one of the things I have went on the quest to find, which is a good quality replacement. That's not going to cost me $35 a piece. So this company has been really good to me. They get me my products out to me, and I've usually got them within just a couple of weeks. So, I buy these by the case, but I've only got I bought a case of these, which I think there's 20. I think it's 20 to a case on these, and then the other ones are 60 to a case. So, or no, these are 40 to a case, and the other ones are 60 to a case. But I've got plenty of these as far as for repair circuits and typically for my AM Class C amps. So, but anyhow, and they also make a larger version, which is a 30 amp. So now I didn't buy a whole lot of these, but I did buy a few of them because I wanted to kind of see what the quality of these were. Not that I was too concerned, but I've got plenty of these for the larger amplifiers as well. Alrighty, so anyhow, but we talked about that as far as so he's got the upgraded board, he's got the upgraded relay, Meanwell power supplies across here. We've got everything set at 14.4 on the voltage. I've got a small resistor back here for the fans that we're going to go ahead and solder in here in just a little bit and get that taken care of. But to go ahead and kind of spruce it up just a little bit, I went ahead and did this one a little different. One of the things that I have been doing, mainly because of the fact that it gives me a lot more room in between stages, and this is something I used to do 15 years ago as far as make a small little pallet for the splitter to actually sit on, or a combiner, depending on whether it's on the input or output. So, we did that. We've got our little 1 watt resistor on the input, which is nothing more than just to help balance it. I also normally use a 1 ohm resistor in place here, and I've got 2 of them in series to come up with 3 ohms. Again, this is to go ahead and just choke it back just a fraction to go ahead and give him everything that he needs as far as to be able to make sure that he stays right in the range that he's looking for. Because I think once he actually drives this with his radio, he should be right at the numbers he's needing. If not, I should be able to go ahead and walk him through a simple little change right up here by the variable if he needs a little more drive. So we're going to leave that in there for the time being and go from there. But hopefully you guys enjoy that as far as the overall looks of it. So we've got the fan we got to put in yet, or fans. And I went with my traditional black. Which those are going to be very, very hard, I think, on this next go around that I need to order those, because I ordered so many of them here about 3 years ago. So, and I'm actually kind of get low on them. You're getting out of there on me. Okay, Squirrel. Well, you take care, buddy. And we'll catch you on the next round. So You want a radio with all yellow? Good luck trying to find all yellow LEDs as far as for the displays and stuff. That is a feat. Um, even with the some of the different colored displays that they have that are able to be changed from multi different colors, I don't think they actually offer anything in yellow that I remember. Now I could be wrong on that. He's got his sideband switch there. That way, if he wants to, he can go ahead and just run the fans and let it set idle and cool. Oh, while we're at it, since it won't take just a moment, let's do one more little quick thing here. And I do have one more new piece of test equipment that I actually have on its way. I think you guys are going to enjoy what I'm going to show you here probably next week whenever it comes in. So, but anyhow, let's go ahead and run this back and forth here. Let's see what we're looking at as far as what's making heat and what's not. Hello, audio. We're seeing our transistors. Hello. Yeah, the driver's not even remotely getting warm. Hello. Look at our output combiner. Hello, audio. Everything's just super cool all the way across. You see just a teeny bit of heat. That is where. Oh, the little transistor back here on our keying circuit. It's actually showing up here. Everything's running nice and cool. No hot spots. It's about 94, 95. Check 1 2 1 2. Audio. It's beautiful all the way across. Hello. Transformers are looking good. Same thing with our swamping capacitors that are on our output transformers. Of course, you really shouldn't have an issue with this cooling too much because it's actually got the full-size heat sink underneath of it as well. So. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and undo this. So we're going to get this out of the way here in just a few minutes. Plug that. Yeah, I'm going to take just a moment. We're going to go ahead and hook up the fans, and then I'll just put one or two screws in the cabinet here in just a few minutes to hold it together, and then I'll finish putting it together a little bit later. I've still got to find a box yet to go ahead and be able to ship this out to him. But his birthday was this weekend, so it'll be kind of nice to know that this will be heading out Monday. There's that. So I'm going to set this off to the side for the moment because I'm going to go ahead and take care of the straps. Like I said, we just want to try to make sure that we don't have any kind of oopsies. And 476, I know for a fact, seeing as how we've had several things that shipped to you, you're part of the reason why we've, stepped up the game a little bit more, so that hopefully we don't ever have any more issues. Seeing as how we've got somebody between us that likes to play football with your equipment. And it's crazy because it's the only, you are the only one that I've seen, and it's hilarious because we actually have kind of a joke as far as whenever we ship something, we take pictures of the before and then the after as far as when it gets here or when it leaves here and when it gets there. And it's kind of funny, but it kind of isn't at the same token, just because, like I said, when we're shipping stuff back and forth, and these things are in pristine boxes. Like I said, somebody has played football and all kinds of different things. I've never seen boxes handled the way I have this last year. Now granted, I know that Christmas time is one of the most horrible times to actually ship because, well, there's nobody around to actually pay attention. Well, that didn't work. Shouldn't have pushed down so hard. I've been trying to find some better stuff. I know that I can buy Lexan, but man, sometimes I get lucky, and a couple of the local places, they'll save back some of their actual Lexan instead of the plexiglass, and that's what I'll usually try to use whenever I can get a hold of that stuff. But for the most part, this is usually more than substantial. Oh, I need to buy you a set of these, Charles. I finally found a complete set, and these things are awesome. I know you guys have seen me over the last couple of years, use this one, and I've absolutely loved them. This one cost me $30, but this one's also rated for high voltage. I actually found another company that's making the same thing, and it's still a Japanese-made screwdriver, which, believe it or not, is actually a very good quality screwdriver. But trying to find a complete, what I call normal size set, is incredibly hard. But the grip power of these, if you actually get to use them, are awesome. And this is just some low strength thread locker. That's the reason why it's purple. Just to ensure that we don't have any issues. Start your own shipping company. Well, one thing's for sure and two's for certain. I know at least the product will get there in one piece. I mean, I really, on a couple of different things that you've ordered over the years, or the last year or so, I should say, I've really been surprised. Looking at the box, I mean, the only thing that has saved it is both of us packing things incredibly well. But yeah, anytime I can stop and pick up the regular Lexan instead of plexiglass, I definitely try to do that because it's some really good stuff. But it's not something that I can get my hands on every day either. One of these holes is off bad. Got enough to make one more. Let's make one more. Well, good evening, Popcorn. Much better. Yeah, sorry I got in here so late, guys. I was going to get in here about 9 o'clock this evening, and well, one of my phone calls lasted about 4 hours. Granted, I kept working in between, working while I was talking, but like I said, I was hoping to get in here just a little sooner. I will have some other stuff coming up here fairly soon, and Charles, are you going to be up your usual time as far as like really late into the evening? Because if so, I've got some things that I need to discuss with you. Okay. Well, what I'll do is I'll actually give you a call in between videos because, like I said, all I got left now, since we've got this all locked down here in place, is just solder the fan in, and then we're actually going to start a new video on the other amplifier that I've got to build. So, I won't keep you long on the telephone, but I do want to discuss a couple things that are going to be coming up here incredibly quick. I'm going to make one call tomorrow, and then I will know more about what's going to be taking place. Okay. Okay. So now we get that autographed. Alrighty. Get out stuff out from underneath of it. Double check the fans here real quick. I know they work. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So let me put 2 screws in the cabinet. That way I can set this off to the side and then I'll finish it up tomorrow morning. Okay. So I'll put the rest of the screws and everything in it tomorrow and get it all badged up on the back. And the next one's going to be an easy one. It's 2 pill. This is going to be for the 2879Cs. So, all right, guys. Like I said, I'm going to take about a 10-minute interlude in between, 15 at the most, and then we'll come back and we'll start in on this one. So, catch you guys here in just a short. Hopefully, you enjoyed everything, and we'll see you here in just a short. Thanks again, guys.